Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoTrend TV. I am your Viprajesh again from Animalized Renault Coimbatore showroom today, and I am here with the new facelifted Renault Kwid RXL variant in its 800cc avatar. The RXL variant is available only with the 800cc engine option, and the 1000cc engine is reserved for only the RXT and Climber variants. So here is the top spec RXT 1 liter AMT variant for reference, and when you compare with that, there is not much of an exterior design difference. So first of all, the overall design elements remain exactly the same. You get the exact same daytime running LED setup along with the indicators on top, whereas the actual headlamps are located lower down in the bumper. There is no sort of chrome embellishments or decorations on this car, being a lower variant, and that is probably one among the very few giveaways that this is a lower variant. Well, the ORVMs also do not get any sort of body color or contrast color. This is just plain black. The B pillar also does not get any sort of black tape masking as compared to the top spec variant. However, what you get as standard are the 14-inch steel wheels. All variants of the Renault Kwid are now available as standard with the 14-inch steel wheels, and even the RXL variant gets a full-size wheel cap, which is really a good thing as opposed to certain other rivals. So coming to the rear, you can see that the tail lamps are LED, and this car does not get any sort of reverse parking camera. You may have noticed on the RXT variant that the reverse parking camera is actually located right in the center of the diamond logo. So this variant gets only reverse parking sensors. However, LED tail lamps are standard and they look really good. So that's all on the exteriors. Let's get inside the car to see what are all the main differences when it comes to features and equipment. Yes guys, I'm right now inside the new facelifted Renault Kwid RXL variant, and this is the 800cc variant. So, well, as you can see, it is kind of a basic interior. The overall quality remains the same, overall design remains the same as on the top spec variants. However, the main difference is at the center console. Of course, you do not get the 8-inch touchscreen system, neither you get any sort of reverse parking camera, of course. Instead, you get only reverse parking sensors along with this one-dimensional one-din audio system. It is decent in quality, but it's nothing great to write home about, and it has got only 2 speakers. However, the nice thing is that you get flat bottom steering wheel carried over from the top spec model, and it's kind of surprising that this flat bottom steering wheel is standard across all variants of the Renault Kwid. And what's standard is that you also get a driver airbag along with ABS and EBD. So that's a good thing. The RXL variant additionally gets the front power windows. However, for rear power windows, you have to opt for the 1 liter spec RXT or the Climber variants, optional variants. That is kind of a bummer, because even when you go for a regular RXT or Climber variant, you do not get rear armrest or rear adjustable headrests or the rear power windows. So on this RXL variant, you get only front power windows, which is a good thing. Of course, it's functional. The specifications and overall features are really good, and it's good for the price. Yeah. So, and apart from that, you get everything very same. You get the Kwid badging on the dashboard. However, you do not get a passenger side airbag, and it's not even optional, which is kind of a bummer, but it's okay. And here the glove box remains very same in size. You also get the very same AC vents, which are manual. These are not automatic, of course. However, the difference is that you do not get the chrome rings, which you usually used to get on the top spec RXT variant of the Renault Kwid. These are just black finished things. And yeah, talking about black finish, the gear lever also gets a black finish. You do not get any sort of color accents or say an aluminium finish or something. It is just plain black and grey. So that is the overall theme of the interior here. Of course, it's not a big minus, but over the time it may kind of feel a little bit on the dark side. A little bit of color could have been better, but this is a lower variant. It's the RXL variant, not the RXT variant, so we are not expecting much. So it's not fair to expect much as well. Apart from that, you get the very same pizza design inspired instrument cluster, which is kind of functional and really nice. It's nice. Of course, let me just So this here is the preview of the MID. It's orange in color as against to the white and black of the Renault Triber. which is kind of unique to the Renault Kwid. And yeah, coming lower down, you get the very same handbrake, the very same storage spaces. Underneath, you get the 12-volt charging socket here. The aux and USB ports, which used to be here, are moved directly onto the HUD. So, which is totally fine. It's functional. This system also gets Bluetooth apparently. So, that's quite surprising, but it's totally fine. So, coming to the doors, of course, these are very plain and very basic in design. You do not get any sort of metal finish on the door handles, no color. It's totally fine. It's totally plain. Even the seats are very, very plain. As you can see, there are no design. There is no design, not even any sort of pattern or anything. This is just a basic fabric wrapped on some foam material. It's decent in quality. However, I am not sure about the long distance drive comfort of this. It works as a seat, but I don't know how good or how long lasting would this be. So I would immediately advise you to put on seat covers of your preference once you buy this car. So yeah, apart from that, you get nice 1-liter bottle holders which have not been cut off. You get the IRVM, which is of course not even a day-night adjustable even on the top spec model, the RXT model. So that's it. And for the interiors, you get one yellow light for the whole car. That's also at the front. If they could have positioned this cabin light in the center, that would have been useful even for the rear seat passengers. But instead, this is placed only at the front, so you have to deal with it. So yeah, overall this is a usable, very functional interior. Nothing much of a decoration or anything. It's really functional and it's usable, and yeah, it's okay. So let me just get into the back seat to show you how does the back seat fare. Yes guys, I'm right now in the back seat of the Renault Kwid facelifted model 800cc RXL variant, and this here is the look of the dashboard from the rear seat. So as you can see, it's a very, very functional and function oriented interior. Nothing much of a decoration in here, but it's still very comfortable. So yeah, that you have to give it to Renault. So yeah, talking about the rear seats, of course the space remains exactly same as the top end model. Not much, but it's okay, it's manageable, and shorter people would be really fine. I have adjusted the driver's seat for my height, which is 5'10" for reference, and I got a little bit longer legs, so I have pushed it a little bit further back. So the overall space, when you compare, it's okay, it's manageable. I can do a little bit of say an hour of a journey. However, shorter people would be really comfortable here. That is a given. So talking about the rear doors, you can see that this is also very plain in design. This has got basically no features at all except for this winding lever. Yeah, the power windows are not even optional on the RXL variant. They are optional only on the RXT optional variant and the Climber optional variants. So reserved for the only top spec variants. So that is okay. And what is also reserved for the top spec variants is the rear center armrest. So as you may have seen, the Climber optional variant gets a rear armrest, so which is really not even seen in certain premium hatchbacks. So that's a really commendable job. So yeah, it's an overall very spacious, usable and functional interior. So do let me know how do you feel about the RXL variant's interior, and honestly I would prefer just go for the top spec variant, which is right over there. However, that is an AMT variant, the 1-liter AMT, which I have reviewed on another video. So yeah, do let me know about that. So meanwhile, let me just conclude this review along with the pricing. So that was all about the 800cc RXL variant of the new facelifted Renault Kwid. This variant may not be the most well equipped in the Renault Kwid's range. However, what it is that it is a functional, practical, city, abuse-friendly car. It has got almost all the essentials very right. It's got a decent audio system with Bluetooth connectivity. It's got 14-inch steel wheels. It's got front power windows, and it's even got daytime running LEDs for that cool factor. And additionally, this car even has got an SUV kind of look. So yeah, I think it's almost perfect. So do let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about the new facelifted Renault Kwid RXL variant? Do you want dual airbags with it? So meanwhile, there's Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.